G'day everyone, this is Jackson Milan, the Wealth Mentor, co-founder and CEO of Aureus Financial.
Sam Panetta, COO and co-founder of Aureus Financial.
And welcome to our first Ask Aureus Anything question and answer live event. Should I set up a self-managed superannuation fund? What is involved in the process? This is a very complex question, probably something that I can't answer fully in this kind of live session because there's lots of pros and cons. To set an expectation, whenever I look at taking a client through the kind of discovery process for whether they should set up a self-managed super fund, we normally spend about an hour or two just going through all the pros and cons. For those of you who don't know what an SMSF is, an SMSF is essentially a DIY superannuation fund. Instead of going through a retail or an industry super fund like your Australian Supers or BTs or MLCs of the world, you have the ability to go and set up your own super fund, which basically puts you in control for calling the shots. It has a lot of pros. I guess very similar in terms of how you'd weigh up the differences between a principal interest and an interest-only loan. It's about flexibility on one side. If you have a self-managed super fund, it gives you a lot of flexibility. You can buy direct property through the self-managed super fund. If you're a business owner, you can buy your own commercial premises and you can rent it from your own super fund, which helps you save for retirement and maximise your tax. But on the other side, there is a lot of responsibilities. You have a lot of responsibilities as a trustee to ensure that you're making decisions that are really viewing yourself as a member and benefiting you in retirement. So it really requires you to be very objective, have the right strategy, and it does come with a lot of cost as well. It's been flavour of the month for a very long time. There's over 1 million self-managed super funds in Australia now. It's been something that's really been a hot topic, particularly through this property cycle, given that a lot of people have tried to get their money wherever possible into the direct property market. So the first thing to consider, unless you've got a combined super balance for you and your partner of at least $300,000, don't consider it. It is going to cost you in the vicinity of between $3,000 and $7,000 a year to run the fund. It's probably going to cost you about $10,000 to $15,000 up front to get it set up and get the right advice. So you have to have at least $300,000 to make it worthwhile. It's for you to even think about it. And for most of our clients that we look at doing self-managed super funds for, they've got upwards of $500,000.
Yeah, and I think that's not us making that rule up. So when you run the numbers, that's how it works. But even the banks, because you can borrow within a self-managed super fund to buy investment property. A lot of the banks won't even look at you if you don't have $200,000 or $400,000 in your super fund. So it's the entire industry sort of setting that bar. Lending in the super fund, just to give you guys an idea, is probably the most complex finance you will ever get. It's really difficult. There are a lot of rules, there are a lot of hoops to jump through, and it sort of ties in with the entire SMSF landscape of just being complicated but worth it for certain people. Right? It's not a beginner's strategy, SMSF, I don't feel.
Now, most of our clients who set it up are generally in their mid to late 40s or older. They've got their mortgage either paid off or well under control. Kids are getting older or have already flown the coop, and it's really at that stage where they're saying, okay, I'm going to drive my retirement savings as hard as I possibly can, because it can really give you the ability to turbocharge your retirement savings if done the right way. It's at a cost of both time and money. So yeah, for most people, personally, I don't have an SMSF. I don't have the time to run it, and really I don't believe that it's necessary based on my situation right now. Sam?
I don't have an SMSF.
No SMSF for us.
No SMSF.
SMSF, none Neville.
None here.
All right.
Not yet. All right.